With over 2000 wins in the past 2 months, 9000 kills, and 9.26 kill death ratio, I am currently the number 1 SkyWars player on MineMalia server. Hey everyone, I'm Pampecuk and this is my SkyWars MasterClass. SkyWars is one of the most popular minigames in Minecraft. It's also one of the most complex ones. It's not just about PvP. To be a good SkyWars player, you need to be quick, organized, and smart. You need to know when to rush and when it's better for you to run away. Making the right decisions will lead to your victory. Making the wrong ones will result in your elimination. In this series, I'm going to share with you my tips and tricks to become a better SkyWars player, get more kills, and win more games. I usually play on MineMalia server, which is a server with so-called 1.9 and above PvP. If you play on some other server, chances are that it is using the 1.8 PvP. The contents of the chests will also differ from server to server. The basics will always be the same though, so you will be able to apply the tips and strategies from this series to any server that you choose to play at. Today we are going to focus on being organized and why is it so important. Let's start with the hotbar. I like to divide my hotbar in 3 sections. First 3 spots in my hotbar are dedicated to attack. I'll have there a sword, an axe and a bow. The second section is for healing and escape. I'll have there gapples or food to heal myself, pearls to get into or out of the fight quickly, and a water bucket to extinguish myself if somebody puts lava on me. A lot of players will put the gapples in their offhand, and there is nothing wrong with that. The reason I don't do that is because sometimes I have a shield in my offhand. This way my hotbar stays the same, regardless of whether or not I'm using the shield. These 2 sections are the most important ones, as you are able to access the items in the first 5 or 6 hotbar slots immediately, by hitting the keyboard keys 1 to 5 or 6. The last section of my hotbar doesn't have as strict layout as the previous 2 sections. I will usually have there some blocks, food, and then whatever I think will be useful in that specific game. I might put there a tracker or a speed potion if I find one. Unlike the first 2 sections, this section I access with my mouse wheel. Is this the best hotbar layout? It is for me, but yours might be very different. I highly recommend though that once you find a layout that works for you, you stick to it. That way you will learn to access items in it without having to think about it or looking at your keyboard. Now you might be thinking that you can just put the sword in your number 1 slot and the rest can be just meh, whatever. Well, allow me to prove you wrong. Having both sword and axe ready leaves all the combat options open for you. You are likely to use your sword to knock somebody off the edge, while axe is going to be priceless in your axe shield encounters. Bow is just a must-have in SkyWars. About half of my kills come from bow kills. It's an easy way to eliminate the bridgers, the runners, skybasers, the Fortnite players, and of course, the runners. No matter where you put your gapples, you need to be able to access them as quickly as your sword. They are useful, like in this case, where they saved me from a hopeless 2v1 situation. Pearl clutches are my favorite. I mean, just look at the face of this guy who just tried to knock me off. Moments like this only happen when you are organized. I could go on about the benefits of having organized hotbar, but you get the idea. How do you organize your hotbar? Let me know in the comments. The comment with the most likes by the end of this week will win a €5 rank of your choice from the MineMalia store. See the video description for more information. Let's move on to the way you collect the items from the chests. One of the popular ways is to break the chests. This way you get a lot of loot very quickly, especially if you are using an axe to break the chests. There are a few downsides to this method. Some maps will have a very limited amount of chests in them. If you break them, there will be no refill, which could give you just the item that you were waiting for. Also, you are collecting everything from the chests, so you will end up with a lot of unwanted items in your inventory, preventing you from picking up anything else later. Not to mention, you collect the items in a random order, so you will have to organize it anyway. Lastly, if you are playing Team SkyWars, your teammates will likely be upset if you break all the chests in front of them. Don't be that guy. The method I prefer is to actually open the chests and organize the inventory as I am picking up the loot. With a little practice, it can soon look like this. And eventually like this. You can also practice this in single player. Just place down one or more chests, fill them up with the items that usually appear on your SkyWars server, and try to set up your hotbar a few times. Well, that's about it for this episode. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give me one of these, and hit the subscribe button if you like to see more.